everybody, it's Danny B here. Welcome to another classic race watch along. Tonight it's Bristol week, so we are going to be watching some classic Xfinity Series racing. Why are we watching an old Nationwide Series race? Well, it's because this weekend is the first weekend since the pandemic where fans would be allowed to be at both the Cup Series race and the Xfinity race on the same weekend on two separate days. So, with that, I've always loved the Xfinity Series races at Bristol. They're always very entertaining. So now, let's go ahead and get set up for the 2008 Food City 250. We originally wanted to do the 2009 Food City 250, but as we discovered, that one does not exist on YouTube. However, the 2008 one is on there, as well as the 2010 one. You guys all voted on the 2008 Food City 250. So yeah, we're going to be watching the 2008 Food City 250. So let's get set up over here on the computer.
All right.
Let's see, everything looks good on my end. We got Bristol, YouTube, Food City 250. Gingerbread Man 46, he's the guy who uploaded this race to YouTube. Subscribe to our race uploader today. And subscribe to DannyBTalks if you are new as well. So let's get straight into it.
All the Kingsmen from the King College Choir Ensemble from Bristol, Tennessee.
Let us know how the sound is.
Yeah, we can adjust it if we need to. Yeah, I know it's a little blurry, but that's the best quality we're going to get, guys.
You didn't go to this one, did you?
No, this would be the year before I started going.
So we're watching
2008.
8. I think because you said 10 and it confused me.
Yeah, I was at both the Nationwide races in 2010. I was at the spring race in 2009, but I was not at this one. Nor do I really remember like anything other than who wins. So that's it.
I like that. It was talking about Titans and Falcons. It's like the Titans were up 3-0 this one.
Yay.
Guess we had some NFL football playing on the same day.
Wait, that would have been a Friday?
Is this the fall?
Yeah. How are the Titans playing on Friday? Maybe that's the scores from last week. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, guys, the 2000... You guys keep saying the 2009 Food City 500. You kept commenting it all yesterday and today, and that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the 250. That was the night race in 2009. That's why we're watching the 2008 Food City 250.
Bristol, unique in all of NASCAR.
Sorry. Just wanted to put that out there. Y'all kept giving me the wrong one.
My goodness. Let's do this. Let's do this thing.
250 laps of slam bang Bristol racing is about
3, 2, 1, go team.
Don't go away.
Let's see if you can guess who anyone is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad enough I don't even know who people are in the Cup Series, but more or less the Xfinity Series.
Right. I just realized we better be talking, because there's probably some copyright music that ESPN was using back in the day, so we better talk over it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Bristol is brought to you by Hankook Tires, Tame the Road, and by Carfax.
Doesn't that look all pretty with Bristol's mountains in the background? That's looks like a lot more people than we used to see.
Especially for Xfinity race.
Yeah.
It can get kind of hot sometimes here in August. This isn't one of those days.
And it's long before Colossus.
Here tonight. A great day for the tailgaters, a great day for the fans in the grandstands.
Which next year, Colossus will turn 5 years old. It's still a baby.
It's about to go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
A lot of sports venues. Somewhere way up there is Dr. Jerry Punch.
Has that big Food City
Shopping cart.
cart.
I love when they bring that out. All right,
This is the point standings.
Clint Boyer in the 2, racing for RCR. 60, I'm guessing, are they affiliated with Roush?
Yeah, that is Roush.
Then 88, Dale Jr.
Yep. Well, he's the owner.
Hello, everyone. Along with Dale
Oh, it went way too fast. I didn't see.
This is a good commentary lineup right here. Jerry Punch, Andy Petrie, and Dale Jarrett. They always did really well on commentary together.
Well, I say win.
We got 67 people watching with us tonight. Appreciate y'all being here. It's going to be a fun race. Only 250 laps and much shorter than these watch-alongs usually are. We only got probably about an hour worth of race to watch because they've eliminated all the commercials from this broadcast. So.
Probably good. I'm already yawning that we're watching a short race. After staying up late watching that Titans game, it's been a rough day.
Dale Jarrett ran the 2008 Food City 500. Yes, he did. But then he retired, and then he's in commentary.
You know, one of the big stories coming into the day
you can recognize that hat he wears.
Jack Roush.
Yeah.
How would he fare coming to Bristol in the first
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, Joey Logano.
His crew chief,
Yep. That's when he wasn't in Cup yet. He's just running a Nationwide, and he wasn't full-time in Nationwide either.
I liked how there's still people I know, so it's not completely strangers.
That's kind of a throwback for guys who like the game. He's running a Call of Duty World at War game, and now that game's an old classic.
I liked thinking that games. It was like Noah Graxon's car last year was like blue and yellow. Wasn't that a game?
PUBG.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that.
And we've talked a lot about him, getting him a lot of accolades, but you also know that it's going to be some difficult times in his career in working himself.
Gosh, look how small the screen used to be back there.
It's like, yeah.
That thing was tiny.
Hey, if you're sitting in the upper deck, forget it. You ain't seeing no replay.
Yeah. Our cat is in here, and he's wanting to get our attention.
And race as hard as he can.
Should be fun to
Like,
watch.
why are you watching the race?
Someone said they never like seeing Cup drivers in lower series. Well, I can see what you mean by that. Like, I kind of liked it more back in this time period because for me, like, I was like really young, so it gave me personally more reason to want to watch the series just because I was still more casual at that time. But now today, as I'm older, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like seeing these guys making their own name for themselves in this series.
Yeah, I don't like seeing a Kyle Busch come down and dominate. It's like you don't even give these other guys a chance.
Well, you saw the point standings was the top two were full-time Cup guys, Clint Boyer and Carl Edwards.
Oh, wow. But could you earn points and, like, now you have to...
Yeah,
like,
back then you could earn points in both series.
so you could win the championship. If you were that good, you could win the championship in the Xfinity, but be a full-time Cup guy?
Yeah, that's
Or Nationwide, whatever you
what
want.
happened all the way up until, like, they got rid of that rule.
That's crazy. I don't like that.
Oh, Paula Dean. Wow, that's a
Oh, God.
throwback. And put butter on them engines!
It's funny. She's lost a lot of weight since then.
Yeah.
Like, I saw her at the little, I almost said Gallenberg, but more technical, Pigeon Forge, the island, like back in, I'm trying to think, when I was in college, 2017 or 18 or something like that. I don't remember whenever it was. Me and my friends were at the island, and there she was, her and her son, like on a golf cart riding around.
Wow.
And she was so like thin looking, so I could tell she had lost a lot of weight. But
So someone said that they got rid of that rule where,
you can't earn points in different series.
yeah, after 2010 season. Do you want to guess who was the last full-time Cup driver to win a nationwide championship?
Kyle Busch.
Close. He was 2 years before. Brad Keselowski.
Oh, okay.
He won in 2010.
So he was a full-time Cup driver at that point?
Because he was driving the 12 car, and then the next year in 2011, he took over the 2.
That's crazy. So he won the championship, but he didn't race every race in the Nationwide, so he just was that good when he competed in the Nationwide
No,
race?
he ran every race.
He ran every race in Xfinity and Cup that year?
Yep, and Kyle Busch did that in 2009.
Oh, my God.
Kyle Busch did it in 2009, and at that point he was 4 years into his full-time Cup career,
Oh my goodness.
or maybe more than that.
That's a lot. Exhausting, like being in the car and then, the next day doing it again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I appreciate that, Mr. Anti-Ant, $4.99 coming in. I just appreciate that. Remember Boyer saying over the radio during the big one, this was not in this race. It was 2009, a Sharpie 500. He said this. He said Michael Waltrip is the worst driver in NASCAR. And then, like, only a few years later, he was racing for Michael Waltrip.
Oh, no.
Hey, Jerry, it's Andy Petrie in the booth. You got us?
That's funny.
Yeah, go ahead, Andy. Hey, Jerry, it's
There's
kind of a short
David
race.
Rudeman driving the Michael Waltrip number 99.
So Michael Waltrip had a Cup and Xfinity team?
He started off with an Xfinity team, and then it became both.
Probably looking at making this thing on TV, looking at the truck race the other night, I think that looked like a good move. Just want to make sure I stop.
Jerry Baxter is still a crew chief today.
To the front,
Do you think the tires will hold up well enough to make it a one-stop race if somebody decides to do that?
Yeah, I believe they will. Don't know, as far as drop-off goes, we'll have to see, when somebody
It's funny how
laps in a row.
bad that sounds, him trying to talk. Whereas like today, it seems like the radios are a lot more clear.
So our team's really going to give our best effort just to do it
Bless you.
and to win the
Thank
race
you.
for 'em.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jerry. You guys have good luck. And
I don't know if
keep
you
that
know what
car
I'm
in
talking
trouble
about,
tonight.
but on this made me think of it. Like Undercover Boss, like when they did the NASCAR episode, Steve Phelps did went with the team, and it was like the Aaron's team, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Who was driving that?
That would have been probably David Redmond.
I think it was Aaron's car. I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't.
If it was,
No, I
if it
don't
was
think
the Aaron's
so.
car, that would have been David Redmond.
Maybe it wasn't. Ignore me.
I don't know.
Yeah, Doc, here at Bristol Motor Speedway, what
Maybe the chat knows. Can you guys tell us?
I thought it was, but maybe it
happens on the
wasn't.
racetrack? Pit road speed is 30 miles per hour, and drivers want to be really careful to nail that speed. If they go too fast, they'll get a pit road speeding penalty. If they go too slow, they could lose critical spots on pit road. Now, because this pit road is so small, every single mistake is magnified, so the error for margin is very, very small. Mike Massaro?
The chat is spamming A for some reason. I don't know why we're saying A. Why are we saying A?
Very tight in comparison to some of the other stalls at other tracks. For example, at Indianapolis,
Mike Kansas
the stalls
started it.
are 47 feet long, nearly twice the length of these stalls here. Lots of opportunity for error. You can easily get boxed in. You could slide through your pit box, or even worse, you could collide with another competitor. All of these mistakes very difficult to recover from here at the
Why'd you chat A?
Speedway, Jamie.
Now I'm saying B
Because
for
racing
Danny
here
B.
at Bristol is a full contact sport. The crews behind the wall have to be extra prepared. Barabon tape. We have
Now we're just saying random letters.
C for Claudia.
We even have saws.
Cool, Mike Kenseth said hi.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Matt Kenseth.
He said it best. No matter what tools you have, there's no better power than our manpower. If we have
She's my
definite
favorite.
hood issues, you're going to see our men
Her?
jumping on
Yeah.
top of the cars,
Yeah.
banging it out, getting it back, straightened out. Of course, it's Bristol.
What's her
right,
name?
Dave?
Jamie Little.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Jamie. And one more thing you have to be aware of here at Bristol is to be very sharp with your communication.
Put me on the spot. I was like, I know her name, and it's like, as soon as you asked, I was like,
On your computer screen or from a
It's crazy. Back then, like, NASCAR and ESPN pit reporters all wore fire suits.
I love it.
very succinctly.
Now you wouldn't even see anyone trying to do
You don't have
that.
time
No.
to listen for very long. Doc?
Thank you guys very much. A lot of things we'll be watching for tonight. And a unique
If I was ever a
This is
pit
one of the
reporter,
only
I'd probably
tracks
lobby
in
to
Indy
get
that
a
has pit
fire
road
suit.
on both the
Yeah.
front and back
Well,
stretch.
imagine when it's hot. You probably don't want no fire
Unique
suit.
Yeah, true. This one, though, night race wouldn't be that bad.
No. Well, it's probably in August, so probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Once the sun goes down.
That's probably the big reason they stopped doing that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, imagine how hot that would be.
To their pit stalls on the front
At least
side.
the
Now, if they have to make a pit stop under green, they're
you
able to
know,
come
I
off
guess
the
the
trail.
drivers would be
If
in,
they're front stretch, they can come
be in
right
the car and has the little
stop and come
AC
right
hooked
back.
up.
Yeah.
They do not have to make that long
So, chat, let us know if you guys can take a break from your letters for a minute. Let us know if the audio sounds good. Do we need to turn the race up or anything? Or what do you guys think? Is everything sounding pretty good? Just let us know.
You have to really be careful there because so that you don't speed. Because it's a
Oh, there's an ad playing on mine for some reason.
Oh, hey, more money for Danny
If
B.
you cut that corner too short, you're actually cutting that time down, which shows a higher average speed. And that's one of the things that does get these guys sometimes here.
Yeah, now I guess baseball's playing. Look at the bottom of the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Very careful on the RPMs, not the speed, because as you said, if you have to come in here, it is a long way back out. This is a 250 lap
Hey,
race.
someone said turn it up, please, just a little bit.
There's the pit window. You see the speed on pit road, 30 miles an hour. And And the corners, remember, just
We'll
before
turn
this
it up
race
just
a
a
year
little
ago,
tiny
they
bit.
changed the banking here. It's a transitional banking, they call it, from 26
We'll go to there
to
and
30
see
degrees.
how that works for you guys.
Chances that side-by-side racing.
Please don't
that we're
blast
gonna
the
see
house.
tonight.
Don't
We're gonna
turn
see
up all the
guys
way.
Working the top side of the racetrack very effectively, and the guys are going to be able to
Don't-
run on the bottom, but it's going to be
don't go
hard
like
to
that.
complete passes for these guys on the bottom of the racetrack when you got a
Right
guy
there.
that's pretty good up on the outside. Yeah, it's going to make it difficult, especially with these tapered spacers that these cars run. You have to get back in the gas extremely hard to try to make that
Someone's
pass.
gonna go
It's
watch
gonna
the
be an exciting
NBA.
night.
That's boring.
Lights shimmering off
Racing's
the
where it's
concrete
at.
here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Just kidding. Have
Flash
fun.
Cubes, 100,000 fans strong. This place will be sold out tomorrow night for the 53rd consecutive race. The glow.
My Kansas
off
City
of
subscribe to
Brad
Claudia.
Doherty's
Woo!
Sport. It's all the
I've
car
what, like all of
pageantry
the
coming to Bristol,
five followers.
Tennessee.
Someone said,
Find
"My
out if you're
ears."
looking for NASCAR.
Oh.
Nationwide Series action. Yeah, we call it full contact stock car racing. Should be
Thanks,
a
Danny. I have
fun
headphones
tomorrow.
on.
The
Oh,
youngster
no.
Cale Gale
Sorry.
and the former Indy 500 winner Dario Franchitti.
Video's a bit choppy and pixelated on your face cam. Well, that's probably just because it looks so small. So
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go.
they didn't say that on ESPN.
Well, I'm saying that.
Okay. Well, Cal Gale and Dario Franchitti are the front two.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Dario Franchitti was a legend in IndyCar, and he came to NASCAR. Yep, that's very
Elliott
cool.
Sadler, Scott Wimmer.
Yep.
I can't read something
It's
streaming.
David Strimming.
Brian Vickers.
Yeah, Brian Vickers.
Carl Edwards, Clint Boyer, David Ruderman, Kyle Busch. I don't know who Keller.
Jason Keller.
I don't know who Bliss is.
Mike Bliss.
Bubba Wallace.
No, Kenny Wallace.
I didn't even see this.
Jason Leffler.
I know I'm doing it. Can't read that.
Kelly Baez.
David Reagan. Something Wallace.
Mike Wallace.
Jeff Green. Denny Hamlin. Marcus Ambrose. Sam Hornish Jr. Don't know who Howard is. Randy Castle. I don't know who that is. Hamilton
Bobby
Jr.
Hamilton Jr.
Don't know who that is.
It's Stanton Barrett. That's his whole name. That's weird.
Right
The
there
whole
was a
name's
perfect
there.
example of what's going to be difficult.
Bernie
State-
Lamar.
Oh, no. Brad. Mike Green.
Momentum.
Oh, really? I just.
I don't know who Rander is actually. Cole Witt.
Bubba Wallace.
No, that's Steve Wallace.
That outside crew's very fast.
Joe
right now.
Logano.
See Elliott's able to
Mike
maintain a good
Kinza.
time up
No,
there.
no, DJ Kennington.
Frustrating. It's gotta be
Eric
frustrating for these
McClure.
guys
Derek
down
Coe.
on the inside when it looks like cars have
Brad
that
Teague.
they can't quite
Andrew.
get this
I don't know who
nine
that one
clear.
is.
It makes it
Casey
just so
Atwood.
difficult. You're wanting to go by and you know that you're faster.
Gunselman.
But
Maybe
the
Larry
more you
Gunselman?
run
I
side
don't
by
know.
side,
Something
the more
Kevin
chances you
LePage.
know that you're going to have a chance
Johnny.
to mix
Johnny
up and get into
Sauter.
that car. And while they're doing this,
Habood.
the ground of the leaders are
That's
actually
what it
just
looked like.
maintaining their
Habood.
spot pretty well.
I can't read it. Some of these were too blurry, and I was just guessing what it said.
Behind this battle, we saw the two cars
All
were
right.
going to go really wiggly.
All right, let's watch the race now.
Yep.
Coming off the corner.
Yeah, we heard Clint Boyer say in the pre-race
Bubba
show
Wallace
that
is
he
in
wanted to
this.
get his car
Nice.
freed up. He thought that he was free today,
He was
and that
very
was
young
going
at
to
the
work
time
well
of
for him
this
tonight.
race.
So I would look for that to come out as this racetrack cools down even more. And one thing about short track racing, though, is that you have to get a good bite up off the corner. Right there, you got to get that thing really hooked up in the back, and sometimes you got to give up a little bit of that turning in the middle of the corner to have that good drive off.
Everyone's saying they're subscribing to your channel even though you don't post anything.
Woohoo!
Nationwide Series pole is pulled away to about a 10-car length advantage over Dario Franchitti and Greg Biffle back in third.
Cale
David
Gale,
Strimming
he's a rookie.
is fourth. Carl Edwards now moves into fifth position. And there is Strimming moving in on Biffle.
Somebody did check and make sure that Kevin Harvick didn't get in that 33 before this race, right? He's doing a great job. It's just really hard to explain how important qualifying is here in track position, because if you can get out front and not have to fight these guys side by side back in the pack, you don't have to use a lot of car. At this stage of the race, you can save a little bit and run good competitive lap times without a lot of
What's
pressure.
funny to see is the 64 car and the 66 as well. Those are Rusty Wallace Racing. That's who that team is. And their font they use is the same font that Penske Racing uses because of how long Rusty Wallace finished his career at Penske, so they started using the same font. And but at that point they were not running Dodges like Penske was, they were running Chevys.
So it's really funny, that font was.
No, Chevy.
They want to have Cale in that car full time so badly, but unfortunately they've been unable to sell him to sponsors. So he's got a 13-race schedule.
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
really what
This is
Cale
race
Gale's
12.
problem was right there. Kevin and Delana liked him, but they couldn't get anyone to get behind him for sponsorships. That's pretty much what kind of delayed his career, and then ultimately just kind of went nowhere. He did beat Kyle Busch though at Miami though in a truck
Franchitti
race.
has won the Indianapolis 500, but he wanted to take photos of Bristol to send his friends and say, folks, you're not going to believe where I am on a Friday night here in NASCAR. He was the pole sitter of Watkins Glen. Right now, he's running in second spot, chasing Cale Gale.
Yeah, he didn't do
You ain't saying nothing.
Working lap 19 of the Food City 250 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and we are under caution for the first time tonight. The 59 car, Marcus Ambrose, we were told a moment ago that he had lost power. The engine would not fire, and they're looking at for a possible electrical problem. Now, when the caution came out, the leader slowed down. Watch Cale Gale coming out of turn 4. He's the leader. There's a 59 car. He had to go around. And watch Franchitti, the 40 car.
He gets by this 33 car right here going in the corner. You can see the green light still on, so that's a pass for the lead, and then the caution comes out right after this. That's why you've got the 40 car up front right now.
Cale Gale has set on the pole and led the first 17 laps until that pass right there under caution. And speaking of Cale Gale, we were wondering if Kevin Harvick, who owns his car, was in the car.
It's cracking me up. Everybody's trying to give me subscribers that I don't even post anything.
Trying to get Claudia to 1,000 subscribers.
Yay, so as soon as I post something. No, I was going to say, as soon as I post something, then I can get ads. But no, you have to have
you gotta have a lot longer.
So yeah, so y'all go subscribe to my channel, and then Danny B can make videos and post it to my channel.
Oh my goodness.
He's also going to play the role of spokesman. More on that in
I can be
DannyBTalks is in our ESPN Pit studio. How difficult for you not to be out
silent.
There. Well, it's not too difficult when the car's running up front.
There's Kevin Harvick.
A great job. He's done a great job for the last few weeks, and we've got the cars running better for him. So just proud for everybody at Camp World
has not aged at all since then.
And you were watching that replay as we get set to go back to green. You were watching that replay, and you said what?
I said, how did he get past?
That's it. Well, that's better than being wrecked.
That's right.
Get ready for
pace car's pulling off. Here we go.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Honey, they don't say that.
Well, I'm saying that. Green flag, let's go.
Okay, there you go. You can say that.
Kevin, what advice you give that young man before
I'm alerting everybody
that. Well, the biggest advice I gave him was, coming to the green flag, you just don't want to spin the tires while you're sitting on the pole and go to third or fourth right off the bat. So he did a great job on the start. And now we'll see how good his car is and what he's really made of here trying to get back by the 40.
Already? Well, dang, we're already 24 laps in. I guess
I think that's Joe Logano.
Under any circumstances for a young
they just restarted, so I don't know what's happened to him exactly.
What Bristol's all about.
Well, I know, but I guess at Bristol, laps go by real fast. Like, we're already 25 laps in.
So it feels right, and after you race here a few times, and Rusty
that's 10%
can tell you this, you want
race.
your car to feel right. You know what it needs to feel like getting through the center of the corner and back in the throttle. It's got to be comfortable to run consistent laps, lap after lap.
Yep.
So
Claudia, the host of the podcast? Question mark?
And not worry about the scoring monitor. Your car's still got to be fast, but it's got to be.
Hello, Sloppy Joe. How are you, buddy? You gonna root for the RCR cars here tonight, which is this Clint Boyer.
They're looking back at the
this Clint Boyer
60 car of Carl Edwards. That's from Biffle. And you see
the maybe you can root for the Kevin Harvick ones. They were kind of like RCR at this point.
The contact they've had twice this year, where the 60 car has moved the 2. And now we'll see if the 2 will take the retaliation and move the 60.
Yeah, we've seen the 60.
DannyBTalks. What year do you think Joe Logano will retire? I don't know, but it'll be a long time. That's for sure.
Because he's like, I think, did he just turn 30?
Yeah, just turned 30.
I mean, he could race for at least another 15 years.
He's been in the Cup Series now for 12 years.
Wow.
With the idea that he was going to go out there and take Carl out.
He could realistically have a 25, 30-year career.
And DJ, Carl can't go quite as fast as he wants to right now because his car's a little bit tight in the center. He's saying, I have to wait on the car in the center of the corner.
Move out of the way. Clint's coming through.
Run.
Back up front, the 40 car. Dario Franchitti, the leader. There's a 33 of Cale Gale. Now, during the caution a moment ago, we had 3 cars.
I like that name, Cale Gale.
That really was a good race car driver name. Who are you? I'm Cale Gale.
Joey Logano. Remember,
I'm sure
that's
his
a
parents
backup
named
car.
him that. Like, well, not to be a race car driver, but
yeah, to have a full name.
He came on the pit road for 4 tires and some wedge. He said the car was just not handling. It was very, very tight.
Well, that was a little bit of a miscue on this team. They were
pretty
far back in the running. They gained some spots. They came in under caution and kind of misjudged when that green flag was going to come out. They actually came off pit road right in front of the lead.
Yeah, he started in the back, so that is a surprise.
Yeah, that car's concerned. Of course, Joey Logano had made his way all the way up to 26 from the back of the field because he had to start in a backup car. I spoke with Joey before the race and asked him what his biggest concern was coming in, and of course having to
He's in a car that he won in already.
I mean, this is kind of some of the things that can hurt this team with a lot of these team members and crew chiefs.
I always thought it was interesting with when GameStop stuck around a little bit after Joey left, but their relationship with Joe Gibbs Racing just didn't quite feel the same without Joey for some reason. And Joey would sometimes run like a regular just playing GameStop car, but it's really cool when a new game was coming out. Like they would just do like really cool special paint schemes like that.
One of the cars that we're going to watch for early on, and everyone's saying, what about Kyle Busch, who just dominated in the NASCAR truck race here on Wednesday night to pick up his 17th win of the year? He didn't qualify that well in the 18 car, starting back in 15th position, but he is moving. Jamie.
Did they just say Kyle Busch won his 17th truck race of the year, or 17th race overall? What did they just say? He said that was the 17th win of the year.
Maybe across all 3 series?
Has to be all 3 series. Because that would be crazy for him to have won 17 times in the truck series.
17th race overall.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamie, the 18 car of Kyle Busch there in the 2 car.
I always liked
he's losing more and more positions.
And
Kevin Harvick, our guest in the studio, Kevin, a 2-time nationwide champion. Kevin, you've been in a position with the 2 car of your teammate Clint Moyer trying to hold this point leads. How much pressure is he under here, particularly at a place like Bristol?
I like the paint scheme that's on Clint Moyer's car too.
Wasn't he sponsored by BB&T the last race he won?
Which technically that was the same year, so I think they were more of a full-time sponsor in the Nationwide Series, and then just a little bit in the Cup Series.
So it's all about momentum. I know a lot of people say, well, they're just cars or just this and just that, but if you don't have that momentum, it's easy. It's a lot easier to lose points than it is to gain them.
Psychology in this sport's a bigger deal than people give it credit for, huh?
Oh, absolutely. If you think your car's not running as good as the guy you're racing with, or your car's running better than the guy you're racing with, it plays a pretty big factor of what you can make up and what you can't make up.
Just while we're talking about championship, we saw Carl and we saw Clint. Let's check on Brad Keselowski here for just a second. 88 car started way back in the field. And remember, he talked about the likelihood of a crash in the first 5 laps. Didn't happen, and then he missed when the 1 car slowed down there, when the 59 slowed down.
He was up on the wheel. He's done a great job of moving that car from the back of the pack up towards the middle. He missed the 1 instant when the 59 slowed down, so he's been lucky so far.
Past the 6 car, 6 discount tire cars.
I mean, this is the new Bristol. I mean, there's not going to be near as many cautions as there used to be here. So, I think we saw Johnny Benson in the truck race 2 years in a row put those tires on at the end and make some time on the outside. There's room to pass now.
Michael, you listening to what they're saying?
Yeah, I'm listening to what they're saying, and they're not
Do you
really
think
saying
Brad
much.
should have
Brad's pretty
re-signed
happy with his race car, but I just keep thinking about what Tony Uri told me earlier today. I asked him what makes a good driver here in Bristol, and he simply said patience.
I guess maybe
so I asked him, is Brad patient? He said, well, somewhat,
I think that would have been a cool story. He
pretty
started
fast,
off with
looks
kind
like
of
he's
the
been pretty
Hendrick
patient
development,
tonight,
right? Went to Penske and then came back. Because like in his career, I think that would be
and ran back in the top 5
and
for most of the night, ended up finishing 4th.
Does that car he's passing kind of look familiar, that number and sponsor?
On the tight high bank Bristol Motor
Yeah, it
Speedway.
looks like what
One of the big surprises in
because it's
qualifying,
like the
maybe
early
one of
days
the
of
early
JTG
surprises
right
tonight
there.
is Dario
Back when they were running a Ford.
Great job he has done here on a short track NASCAR style.
I think it would be neat for, like, come full circle, like, come back to Hendrick, but... And I think it would be neat for Hendrick to have some kind of leadership. But we'll see what happens.
On the ESPN networks over the weekend.
All right, here's what we got coming up this weekend, guys. We got NASCAR Now, be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then we got the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Bristol, presented by Pendrell Platinum tomorrow at 7 Eastern Time. And we'll have a post-race NASCAR Now at 11:30 Eastern Time. The IndyCar Grand Prix at Sonoma will be on ESPN2 Sunday at 5:30 Eastern Time.
Yeah, don't miss that. Tune in.
Yeah, make sure you're watching.
Yeah, we can't have NASCAR in Sonoma, but we can have IndyCar in Sonoma.
Yeah.
Going on here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 4-time Bristol winner Kevin Harvick is with us
Well,
here on
not
the
that
ESPN
late.
Pit
7:38.
Studio. Now, there's a reason he's also here. Kevin's been named a spokesman for Nationwide Insurance's new campaign called Switch and Save. The Switch and Save 500. You made an announcement about it here today, and we know you want to get back out to your pit box. So, tell us about the promotion.
Yeah, the Switch and Save promotion has been great. We just shot a brand new commercial.
Someone said DannyBTalks can make a silly season predictions video. Kind of, that'll be coming out tomorrow. I recorded something for Danny B Needs a Minute today, so gonna have kind of a video going out about that tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow.
I didn't even know Daniel Suarez's contract was up.
Yeah, I guess it kind of slid under everyone's radar. Which I guess he was only ever on a 1-year deal. So.
Yeah. This morning I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, well, shoot, there's more silly season news that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm ready for some answers. I'm tired of all this hypothetical. Who could go to Hendrick? Who could go here? Is Clint Boyer retiring?
It's like, what's Suarez doing? What's Bubba doing? What's Eric Jones doing?
What is Denny Hamlin? Is Denny Hamlin going to buy a team? Is Jermaine Racing just going out?
I feel like someone out of all these people is going to get screwed over. It's just who is it? Like, someone's not going to have a ride next year.
Someone's not going to have a ride. Someone's going to get a downgrade.
Someone's going to go down to another series. You know, something's going to happen.
Like, I have a feeling that, like you said, one person's going to get screwed and they're just going to get a downgrade.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to have a
like,
it's like Suarez can't get any down, I guess. I don't know.
Like Eric Jones to like the 43. I'm like, that's such a downgrade. It's not even an even swap.
Yeah, it's like unless someone invests in the team and brings in Toyota. It's
but I think it's like they're either with Bubba Wallace or they're with the 43. They're not both. It's not Bubba Wallace. Well, let's do a Bubba Wallace to the 96 with Joe Gibbs support, but you can't have the 43 with Joe Gibbs support. You can't, like, could you have that? Could you have Joe Gibbs? That would just be too much money.
That'd be too many,
He's still leading the race. He's got the 33 car right on his bumper. But these guys right here are fighting to see who can be the first one.
I gotta see what they're talking about on Twitter. I keep getting all these notifications from Eric and Jarrett and all them.
If you're going to run the bottom, you need to be right on it. That black is where you're running. I see it right there. That black just don't seem to be getting it. There you go. Just keep rolling there. It'll be all right here in a minute. It'll come back. Okay, don't shoot through the center so fast there, bud. Let it roll a little bit more. You're hitting the gas early down there in 3.
Mike Dillon's giving some instructions right there to his driver. That's a spotter for Clint Boyer. The one thing you get here and the perspective the spotters have is they can see this whole racetrack real good, and they can tell where these guys might be losing just a half a tenth or a little bit here and there, and they can help them a little bit.
Yeah, I just wonder if Clint still has his radio on after all of that. I don't know. That's a lot of information whenever you're going around here in less than 16 seconds.
How much did you want? Did you want to hear that kind of chatter, or do you just want to hear when I'm clear, when I'm not clear?
Yeah, here it's because things are happening so fast. You need to let that spotter be talking. But I don't, if they can give you some good information about maybe where the leader's running and you can change your line or search around. But that was a lot of information. I didn't want to hear quite that much myself. But it seems to be working. They're leading the points.
Yeah, you know what? He was losing a lot of ground, and now he's starting to make up some ground. You can see he's racing some of these guys from these spots back that passed him. So, here's trying to run under Strimmy.
That's for 6th position. And Strimmy able to get him up off the corner.
Yeah, and what he's talking about, the black part of the racetrack, the center up about a groove and a half in the corners is starting to really take a lot of rubber as we've had the truck race and now this race and all the practice and qualifying today, and it's starting to change the racetrack. Mike?
Well, DJ, you mentioned the black on the racetrack. Well, that's something that Clint Boyer's crew chief
I
Dan
agree with
Herringhoff certainly noticed
this
this afternoon.
Lisa Suarez got moved up before he was ready to give panic when Carl retired out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. I think Suarez, whatever his name is, Dan Suarez, was rushed up way too quick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, he was good in the Xfinity Series, and then bam,
we mentioned that
premier ride.
Yeah.
I like people who work the ranks and come up through the ranks. If he started with Gaunt Brothers and then ended up there,
right.
But he went backwards. He ended up with 2 good teams, didn't perform, didn't do squat, see ya, and now he's stuck with a crappy team. And I seen a quote from him. He says, "I came here to race and be competitive."
Yeah.
Like he didn't race just he didn't want to come to the States just to race just for fun, But it's like, well, kind of messed it up, buddy.
Got to have an effect on you. DJ, you were one of the very first drivers ever to run both series when you were running full-time in the Nationwide and Cup. Did one affect the other significantly?
Well, yeah, it certainly. If one wasn't going very good, and you could run well in the other, then that kept you up confidence-wise. But it's an awfully difficult thing. Denny Hamlin's another one of those guys.
Hamlin in the 32 car.
Both series, he runs a lot in
that
this series, and he's having a
with,
great night tonight. He's come a long way. He's already made up 14
became
spots
Turner
from
Scott
where he qualified.
And I forget
and
who was the
he
owner at
runs
this time.
This racetrack
I don't
really
even know
well.
who that
This
is.
team is fairly good.
It
like kind of like piggybacked off of Joe Gibbs a little bit.
Hey, DJ, remember when Kyle Busch at Richmond in the
Hey, did Joe Gibbs not have an Xfinity Series team?
No, they did. They just didn't.
The round before.
They had 2 cars. They weren't going to put out, a whole lot more. So they kind of worked with this team right here. But then it's kind of funny. Like that team was sponsored by Dollar General, and like Joe Gibbs kind of like stole over that sponsorship a little bit.
Biffle getting a little racy there.
And then Joe Logano eventually got it too.
Oh, really? Ask his driver, Cale Gale, to move up the racetrack. Looks like Cale has moved up, but that's opening it up
and then
the
they sponsored
inside for the
Accomplished
16
Motorsports
car.
as well.
I don't think he had much choice but to move up when Greg Biffle stuck his nose in there.
Tired or
But it
something?
could help
I
him
told you,
find
we stayed up way too late watching that Titans game.
Hey, they won though.
I know. My dad said he turned it off in the 3rd quarter. He's like, I can't.
Get good here, boys. That's what you have to do all night. You're racing these
Yeah,
guys, and the next thing
I don't know if any of you guys saw the Titans game last night, but Goskowski, not a good first game for him. He cost the Titans 7 points at least, 10 points if you want to count the one that was blocked.
Kevin got over there and said, hey, move up. Let's try it up there. It's working.
Dario Franchitti, folks, no, don't adjust your set at home. The guy who was very good as a road racer in open wheel competition.
Dario's led the majority of this race so far, but now Cale Gale's right on the bumper. We're already at lap 79.
Wow. America, back in a moment.
Sports Center right now. I'm Steve Berthune. Chargers linebacker Sean Merriman tells the San Diego Union Tribune he has a torn cruciate ligament in his knee. However, Merriman told another newspaper he has a loose ligament. U.S.
Carl
Olympic
Edwards
men's
had
basketball team will play Spain in Sunday's gold medal game. The Americans beat Argentina Friday.
I kind of don't like wins because I think it'd be fun to have a driver to root for. But you already know, so you can't pick. Oh, I picked so and so, and then it's like I have a feeling that they'll win.
Well, I want to hear who you root for.
Bristol, one of the serious points contenders, is in trouble. That's the 9
I like the name Cale Gale. That's fun.
The 60 car of Carl Edwards that has had hard contact with the concrete. Here's what happened.
These 2 guys racing hard side by side. You see how much difference there is in the groove, but they come together off the corner right here.
Ooh.
Looks like that could have been a tire problem or something with the 60 car.
Definitely had to be a right front tire going down right there for that to happen. They were just racing.
Jamie? Did you watch NASCAR?
Kyle Busch talking to the team, telling him what he needs to fix up.
Yeah, probably not as much as I did
we
next
just
year,
take some
though.
wedge out of the right rear, make an air pressure adjustment, and 4 tires.
Like, I wouldn't have been watching the Nationwide Series.
Like, when you went to the Nationwide race, that was, you didn't go to the Cup race that year, did you?
No.
Did you know what was going on? Did you know who any of the drivers were?
Only, like, the Cup guys who were there, so...
But you don't...
So, like, after that race, though, I knew a lot more of it, and I started watching the series a lot more. I was like, this is very fun.
But you didn't know... Like, you knew how NASCAR worked?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking back to my first race was an Xfinity race. I'm like, what is going on? Why do they get points? How do you get points? You know, who are these people? How do they know when to pit?
Every car on the racetrack was on pit road for this.
These cars are just going in circles.
There's the race off. Dario Franchitti, great pit work.
That's what you thought.
By Brad Parrott and company. And the big gainer there, Scott Wimmer, who won in Nashville, driving the same car he won with in Nashville tonight.
Still.
They gained 4 positions.
You're right for Cale Gale.
On the pit
I guess that's a fun name.
Fun name.
When did he leave NASCAR?
Mid-2010s.
Early on, lap 91 of 250 here in the Battle
that's
of
true.
Bristol.
We're in 2020s now.
That's
Caution for the second time today. Dave.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe after 20.
Apparently,
When he
there was
retired,
a
just
melted
not having
bead
enough
on the
time
right
to
front
lost
tire of that
opportunities.
race car. That is what sent it into the
Yeah,
wall.
take that
Carl
bumper
reporting
off.
something's
Take it all off,
definitely broken in
guys.
the
Come on.
steering for sure. The crew will
Yeah,
go to
put it
work.
back out
Remember, he
there.
closed the gap tonight on Clint
No
Boyer,
crash clock.
113 points coming in.
Yeah, back then it's
This
like
is
get
gonna
behind the
set
garage
him
and do
back.
whatever you want to it.
Yeah, Dave, I saw the brake rotors on some of these cars glowing really, really red, more than I've ever seen at Bristol. These guys are using a lot of brake tonight.
Yeah, and I think that has a little bit to do with the tapered spacer. They have to drive them down in the corner so far and then have to get on the
DannyBTalks, this is the Nationwide race or the Cup race? It is definitely the Nationwide
Very tight
race.
pit road here, and we told you the
Xfinity
smallest
race.
pit boxes are one of the smallest pit boxes in the
Okay.
entire circuit.
Back then it was the
Watch,
Nationwide
David Rudman coming
Series.
off. Here is Hamlin,
Ooh.
guys. Who's crowd?
Contact
Ooh.
between
Fair
Denny
enough. Denny
and
Hamlin
David
really doesn't
Rudman.
give a lot of room to Rudman right here. He had a lot of room on the right side to give these guys, and this can actually put yourself in
A little
trouble.
bit
He could
damaged,
have
but nothing
been
too
his
bad.
fender or
No.
hurt hurt his car some.
We're skipping back and forth between years, so it's like when I finally start to learn who people are, and then we go back like a couple of years. I'm like, no!
Bernie Lamar. That's a guy who didn't really do much in his career.
I think 2008 is like the. No, I'm saying we went back. I think it's 2008 the most recent year we watched.
Yep.
Because we watched the 98 All-Star race.
98 All-Star race, 2001 Sonoma, and then 2009 Daytona night race.
No, okay, so 2009 was the most recent.
Now we watched 2008 Richmond Spring, and now we're watching 2008 Xfinity Series Bristol night race.
I think we might do these like once a week since we're in the playoffs. I think it'd be neat for us to, at least Danny can do it. Hopefully I can be in every week when we do these.
So next week will be Las Vegas. I don't remember many classic Las Vegas races. Definitely have to leave that up to the chat to decide on that one.
Yeah.
Tell me in the chat, can you guys think of any classic Las Vegas races that Claudia needs to see?
Well,
that are older than 2016?
Well, I was going to say, it didn't have to be, because I don't even remember who won 2 years ago. I ain't gonna remember that. Like, if it's a good race, like, don't waste my time.
Second spot. It looks like he has the car to beat here right
now.
I know that Dario Franchitti's been out front leading this, but I think
I don't know. Maybe.
Be up there on his bumper and
someone said 2004.
Before very long.
2009.
If you just joined our
I guess it doesn't
coverage,
necessarily have to be Truck Series. I didn't think of that.
Two-car right there is the points leader.
I saw somebody suggested Truck Series at some point.
89 points.
1999, they raced there in 1999? I didn't know that.
Points ahead, but this is probably or arguably his best racetrack. And as you said, DJ, he needs.
Okay, don't spoil what happens, guys.
He needs to win, and now he
can in the race?
Yeah, like the time of the year.
Brad Keselowski, but he knows that the 60 cars had trouble. He can go try to win this race.
People said
which is what he started
2006.
out to do, but it looks like he has the car to do
But
it.
did you hear me about? We had a request to watch a Truck Series race somehow.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I'm definitely for that. Watching the Truck Series.
Down in the corner and carry the brake on into the
Ooh,
corner.
when it gets time, it'd be cool like Truck Series at Martinsville.
Had to pedal it a little bit right
Yeah,
there.
there are some pretty good ones we can watch.
But that won't be for a while.
Terrific job here.
But next year before Nashville Super Speedway, we're gonna have to choose a lower series because that's all that's ever raced there.
That caution flag was a huge break for the 20 car.
So we're at lap 102 already. Can you believe that? Less than 150 to go, and Dario Franchitti continues to lead the race.
One of the leaders there on that first caution flag on lap 17.
He was able to. He has a great race car. He was able to stay out in front of the leaders for a lot of laps. And while these guys were,
Do I still like WWE? Yes, just don't follow it as much as I used to.
Here's a great battle here.
It's kind of not the same.
Are you ready?
That's fourth
position.
Are you ready for a good time?
Okay, it's not the same about the crowds there, in my opinion. Like, even when they're doing this little virtual Thunderdome, it's like, no, it's still not the same. Like, I'll be happy when COVID is not a thing anymore, because I'd love to be able to go watch a WWE show again.
Rip, we were supposed to go there.
We were supposed to go to WrestleMania just weeks after COVID started.
Mm-hmm. In Tampa, I was excited to see if they did some kind of gimmick with like the pirate ship.
Oh yeah.
Like use that in some way, like somebody's entrance came out. What's Bray Wyatt's like scary character?
Yeah.
What's
the Fiend.
Him on like the pirate ship. I could see him like dressed in like pirate clothes and then it'd be all dark.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
lights up. Oh, that'd been awesome.
Like a scary ghost pirate or something.
Oh man, what could have been?
Yeah. What a shame.
And he does. Boy, yeah, that was a great call. It was like
I hope they go back there someday, because like that
would have been a nice venue for it.
I think so. And then being in Tampa, the weather I think would have been nice, you know.
Yeah.
Draws people to the beach and whatever. I mean, that's what we were gonna do. We had booked a Airbnb like walking distance to the beach.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because we have never been to the beach together, so I was really looking forward to that.
To answer someone's question, I will not be going to Bristol on Saturday. This will be, aside from the Food City 500, where no one could go, this will be the first race at Bristol since the night race in 2016, where I have not been to the Cup race.
Well, you went in 2016.
No, I'm saying since that one.
So like 2015 was the last time you didn't go to a Cup race?
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like I've been on a run like since the 2016 night race. I've been to every Cup race since then like, without missing one, other than the Food City 500 where no one could go to it. No, it's okay. I don't want to go back to it.
We saw Chase Elliott win. You can't beat that.
Yeah. Saw Chase Elliott win. It was good. Good memory for both of us, and we're going to go to Talladega.
Yeah, we wanted to save our money, go elsewhere. You know, especially since we already went to Bristol. And Bristol's kind of a, even though it's in the same state as we're in,
kind of a drive.
It's like 5 hours away versus like Bristol's like 4, so it's actually closer to go. Sorry, I don't know what I said. Talladega's like an hour closer, so.
Really want to be able to cross up Kentucky next year.
In Indy, like we have tracks that are close that we haven't gone to. Like Indy's like 4 hours.
It's like was it 2018 we were thinking about going to Indy?
I think so.
But then we were gonna buy tickets that week, and then we saw rain's coming. Let's not buy tickets.
And that morning it was not raining, and I was so mad. I was like, we could have gone. I think what made it even worse is because it was on Danny's birthday.
Yeah.
Like, and I wanted to buy tickets for him to.
It's like I didn't have to go to the car dealership. I was off work.
And no, you weren't started yet. You hadn't started yet.
Oh, you're right. I hadn't started yet.
I think you were started that next week.
Yeah, you're right.
But I wanted to take him there for his birthday, and I was so mad that morning that it wasn't raining, and I was like, we could have gone. And then I think, did it even get started?
No, it didn't.
It didn't get started, and it rained out, and then I'm like, okay, I feel better we didn't buy tickets.
Yeah, so everything worked out fine, didn't miss nothing, and then winner that year was Brad Kovaleski, so okay, well.
That would have been okay, we hadn't seen him win.
And how about this guy? We just continue.
No, you're right, we haven't seen him win, I'm surprised.
I feel like we have because we've seen him win so much on TV.
Same as Martin Truex Jr., we've never seen him win in person.
Now would be a person I'd like to see win. We've seen Kyle Busch win a lot.
Well, I would like to see Martin Truex Jr. win, but not when we go to Talladega. I'd rather see someone cooler win at Talladega.
We saw Ricky Stenhouse win his first Cup win there.
That was cool. I was there. I saw Justin Allgaier win his first Nationwide Series race.
You can't do that. We see a battle here.
Eric Almirola, Chase Elliott at the All-Star race, Kevin Harvick,
Kyle Busch a million times.
I already said that.
Looks like Stremmy's going to use that.
Kevin Harvick a million times.
No.
18 of Kyle Busch trying to move down.
Atlanta.
I feel like it's more than that.
No, Atlanta and then the Bristol night race.
I've personally seen him win a bunch more in the other series. So.
Yeah.
That's one thing. After, like, we went to Talladega, like, after this season, and I could say who all I've seen win every race I've ever been to, I'm going to make a video on who's won every race that I've attended.
Yeah. Kyle Busch, I think, is over 50%.
It's going to be close to it. I got to be something like, as I'm making a video, just keep the tally of them.
That almost opened the door, Andy, for the 88, and Keselowski was.
You could even recap the race.
Man, you guys keep racing like that.
Instead of like, Kyle Busch. Okay, Food City 500, Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone said, who do I think will win the 2041 Cup Series Championship? I don't know. I don't even know who will be racing in 2041.
Braxton Busch.
Yeah, maybe.
Typically, these teams make this race.
Someone said the 2008 UAW Dodge 400 Las Vegas is pretty good.
If you're calculating pit stops at home.
Who's leading this race? These things are so blurry. I can't see.
Okay, yeah, now it's
what happened?
I guess he passed Dario Franchitti. We weren't paying attention. Kyle Busch, how'd you get to third?
Bristol, baby.
There's Cal Gale in fourth.
Do you hear me? Bristol, baby. Don't down.
Yeah.
Which also came.
Yeah, I think he's going to win.
No.
But hey, that's a good thing we're not going.
No. I know, it's kind of like I regret not buying tickets just for the fact it's in the playoffs and it's a cutoff race.
Yeah, you're right. We're not going to Bristol's first playoff race. That's
okay.
Yeah. Let's let
I was gonna say,
take you up to speed, beginning with our leader, Clint Boyd.
It's still going on my end.
Well, Doc, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Clint Boyd's crew chief Dan Daringhoff anticipating the track being very tight. So we really loosened up the race car. We asked him how much. He said, well, just between you and I, a lot. But between me and the driver, just
yeah, I was going to say, it's probably going to be hot, but then again, maybe not, because I know here near Nashville, that's just supposed to be in the low 70s.
Yeah, I think some of you guys might have to refresh it. Like, I think it might have cut out for people for a few seconds, but it's back on now.
Brad Keselowski looking for a pretty good run, running inside the top 10 most of the night.
And we're almost to 100 laps to go.
Wow. In the center, he's pretty happy, Dave.
Dario Franchitti was your restart.
There's only been like one caution, I think.
He hasn't said anything on the radio. Key to him running well here tonight. Experiences one of the few tracks where he's visited twice.
No, there's been two. There's that one of Carl Edwards and there's one of Marcus
From the pit
Ambrose.
studio to the headset, Kevin Harvick now coaching his driver, Cale Gale. And Gale driving a terrific race, but Kevin Harvick guiding and telling him which line to run. And right now doing
I really wish we were able to watch the 2009 version of this race. Like,
Brad Keselowski won.
no, stop it. No, I wish we could watch that one because you probably couldn't guess who would win that one.
That's another guy.
You couldn't guess. You would not be able to guess who wins that one.
I'm trying to think, I'm sure you told me this before.
Since obviously we can't watch that one, I am curious if you can guess it correctly.
I'll look it up online.
No, stop. Get off your phone.
Have people tell me who it is. People in the chat. No.
No, stop. So this is going to be our fun little side mission here. Claudia, can you guess who won the 2009 since we cannot watch it on YouTube?
There's one guy. Right with us?
No.
Denny Hamlin?
No.
God bless.
No.
It's probably going to be somebody I don't even know.
Exactly.
Sam Horner Sr.
No.
Greg Biffle.
You're just reading
David
that.
Reagan.
You're reading.
Joe Green.
Wait, you said it.
David Reagan?
Qualifying that he got 2 congratulations, one from his spotter, one from his crew chief, and then he said the car wasn't very good after that. They made an air pressure
That's
adjustment,
2009.
trying to bring it down a little bit more.
Can't watch that. Don't miss it.
One more pit stop to make this car exactly right for Denny. Jamie?
Well, good for me. I literally scrolled across the screen. I would have not guessed that.
Go, Scott Wimmer, go.
No, go, Cale Gale.
Thank you very much, guys. And again, the big story of the night, one of the heavyweights here in the series, reigning series champion and points contender, Carl Edwards.
He's already out of the race.
Behind the wall, getting his car worked on. If he just joined
back.
our coverage, back on lap 87, he slammed the wall. Had a bead in the right front tire go,
Poor
and he hit it hard,
Carl.
and they're trying to get that car repaired.
Oh, I just realized, like, some of these other guys, like, they've had issues, they're out of race. I'm like, why are they still trying to beat why are they still trying to salvage this car that's wrecked pretty good? Oh, wait. The standings going into the race, he was second in points. So.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta get back out there, buddy.
You gotta get all you can.
Watch the 2 car here trying to thread his way through traffic.
Still there, still there.
Woo.
Still there. See what you got. 3 wide. All right, still there.
Go, Clint, go.
It's tough being the leader here sometimes because these guys don't want to lay over for you. They don't want to go a lap down, and it makes it really hard for the leader sometimes to catch these guys and put them down a lap.
Sometimes, as amazing as it may sound, sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is you catch these guys. Again, like you say, like Landon Kessler, he doesn't want to go a lap down, so he's going to run as hard as he possibly can.
Come on, Landon Castle, you're in a junior motorsports car. Why are you running that bad?
Come on, Cale Gale. You should be better.
Get things, and keep things in order.
How much is he even running for?
Dario Franchitti, what happened to you? You were doing so good.
96 laps to go.
Cale Gale? You're running for Kevin Harvick Incorporated.
I thought they were just a truck series team.
No, they're trucking nationwide. Yeah, have you not ever watched Kevin Harvick Incorporated Rise and Fall?
163 here at the Food City 250.
No, I'm just kidding. I have. It's been a while since we made that
Tennessee.
one.
Good crowd on hand tonight. Again, it'll be sold out.
Hey, appreciate the $5, Nicholas Gray. Any advice about finding a hotel for the Daytona 500? So, when me and her and all of our buddies went to the Daytona 500, we didn't stay in a hotel. We actually stayed, we collectively, it was like probably, what, 11 of us or so?
Getting repaired.
Probably close to that.
Yeah, 11 of us kind of just all stayed into an Airbnb. Like, Airbnbs can be really expensive, like really nice Airbnbs. When you get that many people involved in it, like...
Well, we rented like a whole house. Like,
yeah, we rented a whole house, but like it really breaks the cost down a lot.
But I mean, when we stayed in, I don't even know how, I'm probably going to butcher this, Apopka, isn't that what, A-P-O-P-K-A?
Yeah, Apopka,
Florida.
Florida.
But that was because like we decided we were going to Daytona like a month before the 500, so everything like house-wise was booked.
Yeah.
And like he said, we were staying with a bunch of people. Now, if you're staying with, you know, you plus a couple others, or you and one other person, it'd be easier to find places. But Airbnb is the way we go when we travel.
Yeah, it's just so nice to just stay, get the comfort of being at home, really. So.
Yeah, and I like Airbnb just because sometimes you can find it cheaper than a hotel. Like you can stay somewhere like $100 and get a whole house versus like
you don't have to worry about having a freaky neighbor next door or something like that.
What do you mean at a hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, well, you could still have a freaky neighbor next door.
Okay, yeah, you could, but you don't have to worry about them like being like immediately right next to you where you're sleeping at.
Thanks, Jerry. Folks, look right here. The bumper bar height on this
look right
particular
here.
Nationwide car, it's pretty low. But what it does when you drive up under the back of a car, it actually lifts the car up. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to have the COT cars right here. And this is a deal to where the front bumper height and the rear bumper heights are all the same. So instead of lifting the car up, you actually hit them, you knock them forward.
Sort of like bumper cars at the carnival, I guess, the COT
But going back
cars.
to Daytona, I'd love to go back
this
for
guy here's not,
like
he's not having fun. He's had some pretty good look at the bumper bars or what's left of the bumper
might not be a bad idea for next year, especially how cool that was being an elimination race this
Yeah,
year.
if they keep that in the same spot next year as an elimination race, I would be so interested in going.
Yeah. Have like a few days at the beach and then, watch the racing.
And being close to Orlando, that's not that far. It's like an hour away from Orlando.
There's all the things to do actually in the area outside of the Speedway at Daytona.
Jason Keller in the 11 car. There's a look back at Jason and his Chevrolet.
Yeah,
He's got really good pizza on there. I think it's like Incredible Pizza or something like that. Yeah, I heard. Remember that Jason Keller guy? He's got that pizza brand on there, and like I always only saw that in the car. I never really actually saw that pizza thing in person, so I never actually heard of them.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like if we go back to Daytona in the next year or so, like there's no going in the infield, no garage pass.
At least as of now.
Well, I don't see that happening in the next year.
Here's the 88 car.
Yeah,
you can barely get people in the stands, more or less, in the garage.
Unless they can really streamline that vaccine. But even if they get the vaccine out, how are they going to prove that everyone in there has had the vaccine?
No, I don't think what Steve Phelps said is that everybody had had the vaccine. It was more or less until the vaccine was widely distributed.
So it needs to be available where you can go get it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's not like they can't infringe on people's rights and saying you have to get a vaccination. Now wearing a mask is.
I think they should still say, hey, we got to check your temperature when you come in here.
Yeah. But like, I mean, people think that they're infringing on rights to saying wearing a mask, but that's like wearing a shirt and shoes in a restaurant. Like
at this point,
that's not infringing on your rights. That's just doing.
I've just gotten so used to wearing a mask at this point. Like it don't bother me at all. Honestly, it's more like stylish, if anything, at this point. It's like, oh, my mask looks cooler than yours, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't hear exactly what you said, Dave, but we know the beat on the right front. It's kind of a freak deal.
But I think Steve Phelps said
someone said, I wish I could have gone to Dega this year, but COVID ruined it. You can, well, I don't know if they're still selling tickets, but we was able to buy our tickets to Dega, so, and there were some people that still got to go to Dega this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how people got them in the spring, but I know the fall you just go onto the website and literally just buy a ticket and they'll reassign you.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We bought a ticket in some tower.
We didn't get reassigned too much different. We were like supposed to be in like the row 30s in the section we were in, and we got reassigned to row 28, so we're not that bad.
Yeah.
We'll look hard at it, make sure it doesn't happen again. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. Guys.
He's done a great job getting this car fixed. Carl Edwards is out there running about 0.3 faster than the leader. I know he has new tires on when he came out, but guys did a good job getting it fixed. Here's Clint Boyer now putting another lap on this 81 car and catching. This is Stephen Wallace there in the 66 car, and he is running 16th spot. He's the last guy on the lead lap.
I don't know if you should quite do that one there, Daniel. When the vaccine comes, I'm going to make a video putting all my masks into the trash can. I don't think you should quite do that.
Yeah, he would like to see a caution right now as long as it's not him, but he's doing a really, really good job. He was back in the back of the pack and has kept himself on the lead lap.
The two-car Clint Boyer.
Yeah, I agree, Noah Coleman. He said, whoa, there's already less than 70 laps to go. I guess it's going to be over before you know it. We got Clint Boyer up front, Cobbler second, Kozlowski third, Franchitti fourth, Kel Gale
It's funny
fifth.
Clint Boyer's outrunning Kyle Busch. Like, that's funny to me.
For the third time
well, that year was like Clint Boyer was a whole other animal in that series.
Right now. And the leaders should be coming on for what would be their final pit stop. Jamie.
Kyle Busch making
and
the
the
call.
stage
Says
2.
he wants just a half round up on the track bar.
This should be the last pit stop, though.
And they're going to put 4 tires in Sunoco fuel for the 18. They think it's the last stop of the night. Dave?
Franchitti gives up 4th position, a little bit tight, air in the right rear, and only 1 can of fuel to keep some nose weight on the car.
Do you know what team he's running for there?
What number is he?
40.
Yeah, guys, Greg Biffle currently running 6. He's going to take 2 tires for this number 16 team. They just need to be tightened up just a little bit. We see pit strategy taking place. Mike.
The leader, Clint Boyer,
Team?
on pit road.
RCR.
He's real happy with his race car. No changes, just 4
quiz
tires and fuel
I'm
on the
doing your
tube.
quiz. See if you pass. Team?
88 car, Keselowski down.
It's funny, they don't even run that car no more. They don't have the 88 no more.
And by virtue
like, I think they still own the number, but they don't run it.
Stop Biffle will gain 4 positions, but Boyer got all 4 tires, and he will continue to hold the lead.
Boyer, whoa, Biff, I didn't realize that. Biffle gained 4 spots. Scott Wimmer gained 3.
You're wondering why we are under caution here.
How
the
much?
52 car.
Come on, Kale.
Kyle Busch
Who
dropped
is from
2.
this area, former winner at Martinsville, gets up in the Jimmy Means car and just scrapes the concrete.
You can't tell whether he may have had a little problem, but he gets up too high there, and he actually hits it again right here, and makes sure he does more damage. Oh, the 18 car missed a lug nut and is going to have to come back in.
Ooh.
I was like, wait, why is he running Landon Castle?
You guys change the left side tires right here. Well, you see the lug nut just fly off
of
there, Jamie.
And they missed it twice, Andy, so we had to come back in
Missed
about a
it
2-second stop.
And he just
God.
they dropped the jack and just drove off, and then
And then you see the official like, no, I saw that. And he's mad.
Because he knows he didn't get on.
Yeah.
Seen a couple of miscues on this team.
So they dropped the jack thinking he was done.
Missing their key guys down there on pit road.
And then, no.
And then the guys in the front was like, no, why'd you do that?
Sometimes can bite you.
Yeah, I was
the 52 car is Brad T.
Originally watching it that the right rear was having a little bit of problem. He was slow getting back around, and then it eventually ended up the left front was the problem.
He came in second. There's Steve Addington, who is the Cup Series crew chief for Kyle Busch, trying to talk to the tire changer and find out exactly what happened so they can learn. And this has got to be very frustrating.
You know, Doc, I was down today. I spent some time with Doug Hewitt, who's stepping in as crew chief, and he was really, really nervous. He said this is a tough opportunity, but it's a good one. But he feels a lot of pressure stepping in on this 18 car with Kyle Busch. They've had so much success with everything that's going on this week at JGR.
It's funny back then, like they used to have different color spoilers.
He said, you know, he's working back now.
Yeah, because like Kyle Busch's car has like a red spoiler, but then that Junior Motorsports car has a black spoiler. The car up there, I see has a red spoiler. Like now they all have to be the same color.
The crew chief, car chief, and engine tuner for the 18 and 20 again suspended because of the violation of rules in the post-race inspection a week ago at Michigan, so they are without some of their leadership. That's why you see Steve Addington there from the Cup side.
I guess he had to come in and be held
along the 18 car.
But one of the things, you know, the lug nut itself was going to cause them to lose some spots because of the pit stop. But the communication is a factor here, too, because they really needed to stay just another split second to get that lug nut on, and they wouldn't have lost but 3 or 4 spots. Now they go to the tail end.
So he went from running second place to now he's way in the back.
See, right here, they were still trying to get the lug nut on. And I'm sure that these guys, just a little miscommunication if they could have kept it there.
No spoilers.
No, they have spoilers.
Jason Ratcliffe would have been the guy, the veteran crew chief.
You're ridiculous. Get out of here.
No, I'm the host.
There's the 47 car.
It's my channel.
Our lucky dog, Kelly Byers, the Aaron's Lucky Dog free pass.
Kelly Byers.
Okay, guys, we're going to resume this on my channel, so go subscribe to me.
Okay, you know how to do all this?
No. I know where the mute button is. I see the button that says stop streaming. That's about all I know. Put in the stream and mute it. This sounds great.
Alright. Clint Boyer. Greg Biffle second.
I'm pretty sure that took away Kyle's chances of winning this race. And Steve Addington's not going to be happy. His driver's back there and probably not very happy. So, you know, he's wanting to have a good mind for tomorrow night. But we're going to have a race up front. Greg Biffle got 2 tires. Clint Boyer looks like he has the best car. But Brad Keselowski has been flying. He's moved up 34 spots since this race started.
Kind of wondering how this 2-tire deal is going to work. Biffle got a good start here. Looks like it's working good so far.
It's not something you typically see here, is it, Andy?
No, it isn't, but we've seen how hard it it is to get this track position. These guys are
DannyBTalks. Who is your favorite driver in the Xfinity and the Truck Series?
Xfinity Series, I'll probably say Noah Gregson. Truck Series, I'll say Jordan Anderson.
He may be out of it because he is just taking the car and sailing, trying to get there. Is the 18 car.
Who's your favorite Cup driver?
3 cars a moment ago in one turn, 2 more to
Anyone but the Alex Bowman guy. I do not like Alex Bowman.
He's terrible.
He's
He only
the
gets
worst driver I've ever seen.
He only gets one win a year.
And even then, when he does win there, they want to turn that track into a short track.
Pretty tall order, especially when you have Clint Boyer up front. You are guy that sat on the pole.
Me?
Xfinity has done or started second on the outside.
I feel like I'm gonna be copycat, but I really do like Noah
Gregson. This is really probably the hardest he's had to race on one of these restarts.
I like Ross. I feel like he was more competitive in Truck Series, so I'm kind of sad he's not doing better.
I miss Ross is close to getting a win, but he just hasn't done it yet.
Ross was my Truck Series guy last year, and I'm kind of sad I don't really have anybody competitive in the Truck Series that I like. I mean, I do like Jordan Anderson because you've had him on the podcast and have had a chance to kind of talk to him, but
love the way he was so energetic at Daytona when he almost won.
But I mean, he's not competitive on a weekly basis, so it's kind of, you know, I don't want to. It's hard to root for him when he's not. That's like, you know, I don't know how to say it. But anyways, but other than that, I don't know if I really have a Truck Series favorite. I want somebody to root for. I don't really have one.
If I saw him come pretty quick,
I guess Brett Moffitt. I like him.
Yeah, I can see that.
There we saw a shot of Stephen Wallace, who did stay on the
I
lead
like the paint scheme in this series we're watching here, like that year.
He's trying to make his way back up through the pack as he runs in the 15th spot right now.
If he can keep pace with Kyle Busch, Kyle will open the doors up and he can just go right with him.
He goes by the 31, trying to get underneath the Landon Castle.
Say, move out of the way, I'm coming through.
Don't you know who I am? I don't belong back here in the back of you.
There is Kyle
You peasants, move.
On the back straightaway, you see there comes the leader. That is Clint Boyer.
Clint Boyer, you're just cruising away, ain't you there, buddy?
Yeah, but Clint Boyer's not concerned with Kyle Busch right now. What he's concerned with is Brad Keselowski, who he can see in his mirror.
Less than 50 to go. Can you believe it?
Is the leader of the race.
Yes, it can. Yay, Kill Gale's up to 4.
It could get very interesting these final 46 laps.
I wonder how many laps are going to fast forward at the commercial here. Uh-oh.
David Reagan has spun here at Bristol on pit road.
Oh,
now
no,
he is
David.
caution number
What'd
4
you do?
here with less than 45 laps to go. Top of the screen, there's the
Seems like every time they go to commercial, there's a wreck or somebody's on pit
That
road.
usually happened a lot.
Like,
back in this time era, like it would usually be nothing, caution. Okay, but no, it's our commercials. Okay, then
gets
caution.
it right there and does a little damage to the front end.
But it's funny, every time it's like, oh, what happened now?
The 18 car, remember we showed you the margin was about a little over half a lap. He was passing some of the lap cars, trying to get up to the cars on the lead lap. Now with the yellow flag, he is there. Let's listen in.
Last year we did put on a show to get back to 3rd or 4th or whatever. Let's just see what we can do here. Have a little fun with it, I guess. I could actually pass last year. In case you haven't noticed, we're all kind of stuck here. Yeah, 10-4, dude. They pay me to be positive.
I was complaining about the track as always.
I think what he's saying is it's a little harder to pass.
He's like, it's somebody else's fault. It's not my fault.
Spacer plate has.
He's like, I could actually pass last year.
These cars are all running closer lap times and speeds on the racetrack.
Yeah, it does. Anytime you take power away from
That's
the car,
when he wasn't even racing for Joe
up.
Gibbs the year before this.
The spacer plate
Hendrick.
began at the beginning of the year with about 80 horsepower loss from these cars from what they had a year ago.
This is Cowbush Motorsports.
Yeah.
He funded his own team.
Working
He's
caution
so
for the
rich.
fourth time tonight here in
That's
Bristol,
exactly
Tennessee, and boy, this should get
They did
very
have an
interesting
Xfinity
up
program
front
for a little
because
while,
Clint Boyer has
but
got a very
they
good
never
car,
won a
but now the
race in
88
Xfinity
will
Series.
pull right
So it's
up on
like,
his
let's not
bumper.
waste our time here.
Yeah, so he's like, well, I'm just
there.
going
Cale Gill. How
to
about
cut this
Dario
out and we'll run under
Franchitti?
Joe Gibbs
Right
Racing.
now,
And he
would
actually
equal his
won
career
in the
best
same car he
finish
was driving
that
up
came
under
at
Joe Gibbs
Watkins
Racing.
Glen.
So.
But he may have something for these guys.
He's
got
going
a
for
pretty
more
good
right
race
here on the
car.
restart. He's not satisfied with 4th. That's 4 guys, or 5th. He's got 4 guys.
Boogity. Go. Green flag. Go.
Go, Clint. Go, Clint.
Gale. Kale.
Kale is nasty.
It's not. Yeah, it's not actually that good.
Brad Keselowski's hanging right with
How's his name spelled?
On those two tires. I think he knows he needed to get a good restart here because that 88 car is going to be stalking him, and he's going to have to really be on his game.
So we're less than 40 to go. 37 laps
Brad
go. Now
Keselowski
36.
trying to reel in the veteran Clint Boyer. We asked Clint Boyer
The veteran
about
Clint
his
Boyer.
thoughts on Brad Keselowski.
And he's still not even
awesome
that
job
many
in
years
the
in his
88
cup
car.
career
I
at
think
that
everybody
point.
should be proud of the job that they're all doing, but you know, him in particular is doing a good job. To be honest with you, I thought he would be a one that would make mistakes and wouldn't be consistent, and that's the very thing that he's had is consistency.
He has been the most consistent driver.
That was weird seeing Clint Boyer like so reserved, so professional in his interview. And now he's like hoot and holler, yeah, buddy, yeah, we gonna go out and do what we can, you know.
And we're gonna drink us one of them.
We'll have us a Busch beer after the race, man. I tell you what, I'm Clint Boyer.
Franchitti in 5th position.
Yeah, someone said Boyer looked so funny back then. But he was like definitely like trying to reserve himself. It looked like.
Yeah. I think I saw this funny. I might have mentioned this before. Like on Twitter, Clint Boyer was like, his son was like, "Dad, what does it mean to shotgun a beer or something like that?" Or shotgun. He said something like that.
And he's like, I'm gonna
Shoot
get
him
up
with the
my
gun?
girlfriend.
Or shoot him with the gun, like he. It's like, oh gosh, that's what a 5-year-old saying.
Cash Boyer is gonna be wild one day.
Whether Dario could make the transition from open wheel to stock car racing after the pole at Watkins Glen, and tonight, I believe he's made believers out of a lot of people.
Yeah, I know Brad Parrott believes in this driver, and he's having fun. Talk about fun. There's the 18 and 20 racing for position.
Almost together.
Oh, Denny Hamlin and Mike Wallace.
Two in the back of Wallace.
Mike had been holding up a lot of these lap cars, and they've been struggling to get around him.
Well, Denny's not
Chance you
winning.
take if you hold those guys up.
I didn't think he was anyway.
He wasn't really competitive in this race at all.
It didn't seem like there's many change of leaders. It seems like the top 5 was kind of set.
Like Dario Franchitti led the majority of it, and then Clint Boyer took over. Kyle Busch never got to lead, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
He was 8th in the point standings and running for the
Cal
pole
Gale
tour.
led like
Denny Hamlin
before
is a
Dario Franchitti took over.
Here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
You can't be tired. There's only 30 laps to go. This is the shortest race I've ever let you watch on this.
Speaking of damaged Toyotas, there's a 32 car of
Toyotas.
Denny Hamlin. He will
That's
head
a
to
nice
the
paint
garage area.
scheme. Yeah, Denny drove that car some, and Kyle Busch also drove that number 32 car some
Yeah,
that
that
year.
was just a situation that Mike Wallace got a little bit loose coming off the corner. Denny Hamlin was wide open in the throttle and really nowhere to go because there was someone on the outside.
Here's a question for the chat. When it gets closer to Roval time, should we like?
Excuse me, sorry.
When it gets closer to Roval time,
Let's play the 2018 Roval.
No, like, so we've seen both those. Like, I guess we should try to watch an old Charlotte race, like an old maybe Charlotte fall race when they were still in the oval. You gave me your sneeze.
Sorry. 2018 Roval though was pretty good.
Yeah, but like we know that one, like, word for word almost.
I thought it was funny when you didn't see it. And that was a cutoff race, and you were so worried that Bowman wasn't going to make it in. Oh no, Bowman! He's outside the playoffs. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When the race had already happened, and I was like, hee hee, I know what's about to
A Pro
happen.
Cup race here in 2005, but had never been here in a NASCAR stock car. And there's Denny Hamlin. His frustrations at Michigan last week.
Denny's not happy.
It's funny, his fire suit looks like he has like a shirt and pants.
I know.
Because of losing valuable points. In the possible chase, here is Joey Logano, the 18-year-old phenom who won in his third ever start at Kentucky Speedway. And
You're the other part, like 18-year-old. Joey Logano, 18 years old.
It's so funny. I would love to see like an 18-year-old be in the Cup Series and be competitive.
Yeah.
Back at Bristol, Denny Hamlin climbing out of his damaged car, and there's the damaged
Toyota. He just looking at it, he's like, I can't believe it.
Caution number 5 after the
I'm surprised Denny's still there. Like, just go home, dude.
7 and 32.
I forget it. There's not much time left in the race.
Clint Boyer
here we go.
Oh, you can't go home. Just go back to your trailer.
Yeah, go back to the hauler though.
No, trailer.
RV. Yeah. 25 laps to go. Clint Boyer has the lead. Kozlowski's second.
He's gonna win. I have a feeling.
18 car of Kyle Busch now a little bit back in traffic, but he is hustling. That's 4th position. Right now he's in 10th spot.
Dang, Kyle Busch is up 10th.
2002 fall race.
Up front, the 2 car up across the racetrack coming out of turn 2.
That one, maybe the 2010 one.
Takes the lead with 24 laps to go.
Coke 600.
What a run these cars had. From 37th to the lead.
That would be so long. We'd be on here for hours. I feel like the Coke 600 this year lasted forever.
Maybe when it comes time for the Coke 600 next year, we can watch like the 2011 one or something.
Why? What happened there? Oh, what happened? Wait, what?
He just got loose. Kozlowski took the lead.
So easy though.
I'm sure that he knew that he was right there. What do you think, Mike?
Well, yeah, I mean, he could see him coming. Brad's been almost equal to Clint over the last run or so.
Clint just messed
the
up.
coaching, though, that's been going on since then has been very positive. Mike Dillon on the radio trying to tell Clint, hey, be patient. There's still plenty of racing to go.
Said.
We can't
Mike
catch him.
Dillon?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
see if he's got
Austin's
time to catch him.
dad.
21 laps. He's reeling in. While we watch this, let's check in where Dave is caught up with Denny Hamlin.
All right, well, 20 laps to go, and Kozlowski holds a small lead.
Is Austin just like a late teenager at this point? Well, no, not late teenager, because like Joey Logano was 18 and he's like 30 now. He'd probably be like an actual teenager.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's a tough day, but thank everyone down general Toyota and give me.
All right, y'all just hit refresh. Everything should be fine.
Glad to be at least back in this.
They started deep in the field today, guys, and worked their way up before that.
Someone said for Coca-Cola 600 time, we should maybe try the 2007 one. That's also a pretty good one.
A 2-car trying
to shorter?
The 88 car. And folks, if you just
No.
joined our coverage,
What?
I know we've said it a
It's
couple
still a
times,
Coke
the 88
600.
I know there's less like 5 hours though.
Okay, we'll still have to watch one though. One time.
No. Y'all be seeing me sleeping on stream.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I think he's had a really hard time getting around Andrew Ranger here. He's not holding him up. He's doing everything he's supposed to do, but Dario just can't.
Or I'll just sit out of frame and take a nap and I'll come back.
Looks really good this run. I watched
Like, I'll let Danny do that one on.
trouble here.
I'll watch it from the TV in the living room.
A really good job of being competitive, but getting down that point of the race, and he might want to yield to these guys.
We got 16 laps to go.
Yeah, and this is where experience in this series comes into play.
That's the battle for the lead right there. That many cars all going for a win.
No, it's not.
I wish. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, these guys are looking at the scoreboard. It's 15 laps to go.
Uh-oh.
Got a tire rub on this 20 car of Joey Logano.
Joey.
Logano
causing problems.
on the lead lap in 16th position.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Trying to round it out here. 14 to go.
Funny, it's like it's only smoking when he's in a turn.
A lot of smoke coming out of Joey Logano.
Is it because he's like leaning on it more?
Yeah.
To the contact, they try to beat it out and pull it out.
Mike Willis, you might want to get away from there.
But Bristol, you're in the turns real quick. You just go tiny straight over back in the turn.
Ooh.
There's the right rear fender.
Is that what caused it?
Yeah, no wonder. He just peeled his whole bumper off there.
They already had damage on the left front
What a
fender.
boring
They just
car.
pitted to fix it and then got some more damage.
Well, they had no funding.
31, we are told, will be black flagged by NASCAR to come in and fix that rear bumper cover.
11 to go. Clint Boyer's only half a second back.
Now up to 8th position. He is back behind. He's got to get by Rudeman and Wimmer. Those are the next two candidates. There's the 99 of Rudeman.
No, we just showed that 40 car. He got kind of held up behind the 22 car.
They only keep showing like cars back here, like show the lead.
I know, because usually like, he's only like a half a second.
And now this 18 car. Yeah, Scott Wimmer got by him, so the 99, so he fell back quite a bit. He just got trapped, and the guys went by him on the high side.
There's 5-hour energy car of Steve Wallace.
Sam Hornish Jr. just crashing here for position. Now, both these guys are on the lead lap. Hornish was the lucky dog, the air's lucky dog in the previous caution flag.
3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide now. Uh-oh. This could get
Contact.
Something got to give right here.
Landon Castle up high. Here's Hornish on the inside trying to get by.
Hornish has done a great job tonight. This is very impressive. He doesn't have a lot of time and laps here, and he's made a great run all night long. He's got himself up to 12th spot now.
keep running into a few issues with the stream here, but if y'all just hit refresh, it should be fine.
Whoa, Sam gets really loose.
Ooh, really loose.
Good save.
And for him to
show the leader.
Yeah, seriously, this race about over. 6 laps to go.
Like, that's not even the leader.
All right, so here's Keselowski. Like, he's 0.4 back. Show the lead.
And 6 to go. Like, why are you showing
This is an interesting battle for the lead. Show it.
Or showing Kyle Busch. Actually, that's pretty impressive that he's like the 7th.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, Brad Keselowski's mom is there.
Nashville. Keselowski went to victory lane that night too.
I'm getting her season passes, Mike. Got that right. Yeah, I'm getting her a plane
Did you hear
ticket
what they
where she
said?
wants to go.
The only other race she went to was Nashville, and he won.
49th career start, and she celebrated just like that when she saw her son realize
It's funny, you don't really see any drivers' parents ever show up anymore.
Especially now.
What? I know.
Yeah.
But it's only ever like young guys, like Chase's dad, but
Well,
Bill. You know.
no, you do get to see Harrison Burton's mom. Remember,
Well, I know,
they
but
even had the mom cam.
I know, but like I said, it's young drivers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Which
people
I
that are
guess,
still
I guess back
kids.
then, Brad was still pretty young. So.
But I guess it's weird, like, I'm trying to think, like, somebody that's middle-aged. Like, Joey Logano's mom, like, sit in the pit box, like, no.
Say I was a NASCAR driver, people would probably be more interested in what my wife is thinking than the mom. So.
52 races. Has this race been won from the start?
Last lap.
Outside the top 20, folks. That 88
Damn.
37th position. White flag for Brad.
But it is a Junior Motorsports car, so at this time,
So,
yay!
yeah. Junior Motorsports! Their first win at Bristol.
And take the checkered flag as a two-time winner in 2008.
Kale,
For the
it's
24-year-old from Michigan.
That's Brad's first win at Bristol. Now he's had quite a few.
Getting in the back of the 38 car. Mike Bliss just sliding by them.
Ooh.
They race all the way to the finish, don't 250 laps. That's how far we're going to race. What a great job.
Don't take me out, Coach. I can still race.
I like that the Penske car looks like the Penske trucks, the yellow.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
He is a championship contender.
Great job. Where's the American flag?
Shannon?
Yeah,
Did he do it
the
then?
only person happier than Brad Keselowski right now is the
He
Porsche
started that
crew
more
chief,
when we got
Tony
into
Eury
the
Sr. Walk me through those
Norwalk
last
car.
couple laps, knowing that you had the
It's
lead
kind of
and
sad
that
they
you could
couldn't
take
find
the
his
win
flag
here.
this last
We
week.
were discussing
I
on that
know.
last caution whether we could beat Clint or not.
When he's in the Navy car, and I see a few like
He was
Navy
faster there for
people in the
3 or 4 laps, then
background
kinda
there.
evened out. We didn't know whether we was going to beat him or not. So,
Victory celebration going on down here.
yeah.
You don't ever see pit crew acting like that no more with the crew chiefs.
Right.
Thanks
It's
to
like
the
he's the
Navy
coach.
for everything
Dump the
they do for
Gatorade.
Yeah.
Hey, how about these Navy guys, man? That's 2 this year. That's pretty good. Hope Junior's happy.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. You go enjoy the celebration, Pops.
Tony Eury Sr., we call him Pops. He led Dale Earnhardt Jr. to 2, in fact, back-to-back NASCAR Nationwide Series titles. And now he gets win number 2 for Brad Keselowski, and he moves in even closer on that points chase. There's the 12 car, what's left of the 12 car for Sam Hornish, and he was hustling that Dodge on the final laps. Let's show you what happened to Sam here on the final turn.
That's unfortunate. They're literally the final lap or final turn of the race.
Yeah.
You get the
What was going on? Yeah, you see
front
right there with
crunch
the tire
up.
going down. Sam nowhere to go. Still got a race though, trying to race to the line. The caution's not out. And
He
he
still
just
beat
looks
that
like he
38
gets by the
car.
38 car at the line.
And Sam was actually running in 9th position, but by virtue of that body slam into the wall, he will be credited with finishing 14th.
That
With victory
sucks.
lane in a moment.
Gotta go top 10.
Look at that burnout up the thing.
That's what Chase Elliott did, I think.
Yeah.
The 88 car burning rubber
I'm so
up
excited
in
to see
victory
Chase
lane. He
Elliott
burned
line
it
up
all night
diecast.
long on the high banks in Bristol, Tennessee,
that
from
was
37
fun.
starting
Got
spot all the way to
paid.
the front. Had to run down some really good cars. And there's the
There's the boss man.
Our junior hugging the crew chief that led him to 2 championships.
Yeah, because the thing is, when Brad got his first win, it was in Nashville.
also
Junior had no reason to be there because they were not racing in Nashville.
Right.
But now he's actually there for that one.
And now down in victory lane. Let's
It's
go down
funny
the
he was
line.
an owner and a driver. Like that kind of baffles me to think thinking Denny Hamlin could be a owner. I think because that would be the first driver owner at the same time I think I've seen, right?
I mean, technically you saw Tony Stewart, but...
Okay, but I didn't really know that, though.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know who Tony Stewart was, though.
And what a big win it was. To win, you also had to beat the guy
That's a
you're
very
chasing.
clean look for Brad Keselowski. All white car, navy, all white fire suit.
We got him. Yeah, I knew we were dead equal, Clint and I, and I needed to catch a break, and he gave it to me, and I'm very thankful.
Carl
for
had
that.
a bad
Thank
night.
you.
Brad won. It moved
but we
him to
know to
second
win
in
the
the point
championship, we got to win
standings.
races, and that's what we did today, and that's what we got to do every week. We got to run up front and have a shot to win races, and if we keep knocking that out, we'll get this U.S. Navy Chevrolet.
That makes
trophies,
sense.
but championship one.
A guy who's nearly as excited as you is your car owner, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I saw him lean in the window and say something to you. What'd he say?
You know, Victor Lane, Bristol. It gets no better than that, man. I dreamed about this on Thursday and came and watched the truck race on Wednesday and told everybody in the Chevrolet suite that I could get it done. So, guys up there in the Chevy suite, this one's for you.
This morning, your crew chief, Tony Uri, said to win here, you need to be patient. How patient did you need to be tonight?
Extremely patient. Things just came to us if we let them. And if I would have forced some things I struggled with at 99, passing him for a while. And we just had to stay patient, stay patient.
He got a
we knew we were
sweep,
fast,
but
just
not
had to be
the
smart.
3
Brad
Series, but he
Keselowski
never
picking up his
raced in
second
trucks.
career win, Doc.
He was chasing down the two-car of Clint Boyer, and the slip that Mike was referring to came off of turn 2.
Yes, I don't know what happened here exactly.
Sometimes you need a break, and you know, if you create your own breaks. He had to be in position for this. And right here.
Oh, he just kind of turned too late.
Past 35 other
He's
cars
kind of like,
to get
here
to
you go,
that
Brad.
point, so he'd done a great job.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Obviously,
just going
Boy looked like he tried to get
to
back to
choke
the gas
right
a little
here.
too
Here you
hard
go.
right there. His car just wouldn't hold
You can
that.
have the win. I don't want to. I don't want to go to victory. I don't want victory lane. I don't want to drink the beer.
Point standings now with 9 events to go. 122-point margin between Clint Boyer and Brad Keselowski.
Gee,
How about
that's
the
such a
fact
big
that Brad
point
Keselowski started
gap.
37th and won the race?
10th place is 798 points back.
Finished 37th tonight. He will lose a spot. You see,
Like, is each point like mean a spot on the racetrack?
No, back then points were so much more. It's like to play like 5 or 10 points for each position now. Like
So it's
back
kind of confusing.
yeah, it definitely makes a little bit more sense now today.
Because didn't you tell me like you got points for like laps led or something?
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't want to do any of these videos here. All right, 2008 Food City 250.
Another one in the books.
And so now, recap who has won our classic races. Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer, Brad Keselowski. All right. Well, Bristol is this weekend. You can watch the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series in person this weekend. We, however, will not be in Bristol. But if you are going to Bristol this weekend, we hope you have fun, stay safe, wear your masks. Practice social distancing, all that good stuff, and enjoy the races. We got Truck Series on Thursday night.
We do,
Don't forget about the Truck Series at Bristol. Xfinity Series on Friday night, and then the Cup Series on Saturday night. It's an elimination race for the Cup Series playoffs, round of 16.
That'll be interesting.
Ryan Blaney, if he has the same luck he usually has at Bristol,
not good luck.
Probably going to be out of it. Matt Benedetto going to have to hope he can finish one spot better than he did last year in order to keep his playoff hopes alive.
And then it's kind of a toss-up between the last couple of people who's in and out.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. If Kyle Busch has a bad night, he could theoretically get out of it. So no one's really safe unless you're in the top 8. So, I mean, like mine and her guys, we're probably pretty good. We're probably, Bowman and Elliott are probably pretty good to get on to the next round. But, yeah, thanks for watching. And NASCAR Wiki Podcast will be on Jarrett's channel tomorrow night. So I'll see you there for then. And have a Danny B Needs a Minute coming out tomorrow. And, of course, if you want to rewatch any of these classic race watch-alongs, you can always do that. There's should be a playlist somewhere on the channel, so go check it out.
And we will be doing Las Vegas probably next week.
Yep. And
so get your recommendations in, and we'll
put them down in the comments.
We'll be looking at that. So, yeah, like I said, after this ends, click in the comment section, leave them so we can go back and look at them because we can't see this live stream chat once it ends. So.
Yep. All right, so we will see you all later. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.